Hello, 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 everybody. It's your girl Ashley, the amateur expert, coming to you live today for this episode of Talk Tuesday. I am super excited to have you here with us. If this is your first time joining, welcome. We are here to discuss career path, success, and tips and motivators. It's my firm belief that when you share your journey, you inspire others. And so today we will have Chanel, who I just met recently, and has a fantastic story, and she is with us now. So we will get her added and we will get started. Happy Talk Tuesday. Yep. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Amateur Expert Podcast. How are you today?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I want to thank you for being on the show, and we can
Thank you
just
for
jump right
having me.
in. Of course.
Let's do it. Glad to
Okay,
be here.
awesome. Okay, so tell me this. Tell me a little bit about who you are and what you are doing currently for work.
Okay, so I'm Chanel.
Hi,
You can
Chanel.
consider me, hey, you can consider me a young professional in the tech world, but my other job is traveling the world, but no one is paying me to do that job. So just put it out there in case someone's listening that wants to change that.
They are listening
But
and it will change. I believe it. I believe it.
but yeah, no, I'm working fully remote, just like many other people after the pandemic. Life changed, and I'm kind of pursuing a dream of traveling the world, and I'm able to work while doing so. So I'm grateful. That's my life right now.
I love that. Okay, so when you were a little girl, Chanel, tell me, what did you want to be when you grew up, and what was sort of like the motivating factor behind that?
Yeah, so when I was little, I, I want to say when I was really little, I wanted to be an artist, and that was my mom was my motivating factor. I thought I could just like paint. All my artwork is all over the house. I just knew I was going to be some sort of artist,
An artiste.
and
I love it.
yeah, an artiste. So I was, really into stuff like that, and was that's what kind of made me a shy kid. I was like yearbook staff and stuff like that. But I think when I went to high school, though, that's when I was more so interested in like broadcast journalism, and I really wanted to get into. I saw myself as like being an anchor, a news anchor could be
I
cool.
love that.
That's what I wanted. And then I realized quickly when I got to college that I was very camera shy, and that was not for
Mm-hmm.
me. So I was like, behind the scenes is more for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
those were my dreams growing up.
I love that. Okay, so tell us sort of how you transitioned from wanting to be on camera and then be behind the scenes and sort of in production or making things happen to being this world traveler and in the tech space.
I mean, it's funny because it's like I still haven't been able to look back and connect all of the dots and like
Mm,
see. And I mean, I'm learning that there is no, linear path. We all have these journeys, and so many random things come into your life. And I see myself as very much like a feeler. I go throughout life just kind of
mm,
like doing what feels right. So
yeah.
really, everything that's come to me, I've just kind of like, it feels like I've just like fallen into it. So from that, I kind of after graduating, I moved to LA, or not immediately after, but later I moved to LA. And my then boyfriend at the time had this cool photo studio, and he was DP and did all those cool things. So that kind of opened up my world to
Hmm.
TV and film and production and stuff like that. So that was cool. And then from there, I just randomly, well, I'm from Atlanta. So in
Okay.
Atlanta, I was a nanny for a little bit. And then I figured, what's something easy I can get into, while I'm in LA? And
Yeah.
because TV and all that and film wasn't necessarily working out. So I kind of started like my own little nanny service, and I had like multiple families I was working with. I was all over LA, and then it became a bit too much. But
Hmm.
from nanny, then I went to uh, uh, personal assistant, and then like family assistant, and I was still kind of like production assistant. I was just kind of
Hmm.
in that LA entertainment world where I was like
Sounds a
working
little
with
bit like my
celebrities.
life.
That's just how it works.
It's the LA
Somebody
life, trying to figure it out.
introduces you, yeah, word of mouth. So
That's it.
and it was cool. You hang out with cool people, and the only thing is that led me, I did that for years, and that led me to needing more structure, because you just can't have a life. If you are a personal assistant in the entertainment world, it's just, or maybe really any world, but you just can't really have a life. So I was
Or
looking
like
for
if you're a good
structure.
one, right? Like
If
a
you're
really
a
good
good
one.
one. Yeah. I was just burying myself in work, and it just, eventually it wasn't for me. So I was looking for more structure, and I went that my current role, I'm working in tech. Um, that gave me that structure I was looking for, but not too much, because I don't want to go like fully corporate and have all
Yeah,
these crazy rules, and you can't go straight from PA to all that. Um,
100%.
and then after, like I said, after the pandemic, life just changed. We went fully remote, and I told myself that um, I was gonna finally live out this dream of traveling the world, and I'm doing it.
You are. And thankfully so, because that's how we were able to meet. And so I love that.
Yeah.
That's for you. Okay, so I forgot to ask you this before, so we'll just sort of rewind a bit. So
Yes.
when you were younger and the goal was to be either on screen or behind the scenes, like how would you have defined success?
Mm. Yeah, I think I saw success when I wanted to be like, in TV and film. Success to me was like landing landing a show on a major network like CNN, or I thought
Mhm.
E News was really cool,
Yeah.
entertainment and all that. So landing like a really good, role in, being on TV or something would have been really cool. And like, living in a big city, that to me was like, I will have made it. That was my
Uh,
idea of success. All the
100%.
things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how would you define it today?
I'd say today it's very simplified. I think, to me, success is like truly finding peace. I think it's easier said than done, obviously, but, and peace as in like whatever it means to you. For me, peace is having, financial freedom. You can, do and go and see, things that you want whenever you want. But like also just having that mental space, that is, having a good mental space, having a good relationship with people around you, having a great relationship with yourself. Um, all of that to me like brings peace. So yeah, I'd say to me it's as simple as finding peace in your life. That means I've like found some level of success.
I love that. So what are some of the tips and motivators you use sort of along your journey? So I know you said you go on your feelings, which is very important, right? Because if it doesn't feel good, then you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But what else have you used to sort of keep you going?
Yeah, I think like in the journey that I've gone on, for the most part, I mean, things like meditating and journaling are very important. I think I think I'm kind of I tend to be kind of a quiet person. I think it's really important to have some quiet time, and really listen to, your inner self as often as you can. And that could be through meditating, or just actually just not talking, just sitting in silence. Um, and I think, like I said, journaling is really important, and especially for me, that's a motivator, because sometimes you can just start writing and think nothing comes out, and that's fine. Or you can start writing and things come out that you didn't even know were there, and you can look back on that and use it as reflection. And I think reflecting is so important. Sometimes we don't realize how much we've grown, and we think we tell ourselves this story and this narrative, all our lives. And sometimes you can look back on like something you've journaled about and realize like, I'm actually not that person anymore. You might not realize it until you actually take a look and look back on it. So motivators definitely is reflection, and meditating and exercising is excellent for my mental health. um, and yeah, I would say maintaining good relationships with people around you. My family has very much been a part of my family, and close friends have been very supportive, um, throughout my whole journey. And that has meant a lot, because that matters to me. And, I know you shouldn't care so much about what other people think, but it's like having that support has made all the difference. So
100%.
yeah, those are my motivators.
I love that you shared journaling because it's come up a time or two on the podcast, and I've struggled with it for so long. And randomly this morning, I started journaling, and so it's just like one of those things that like a God connection,
Good.
like you did good
Yeah.
today, like
Yeah.
a little pat on the back. You did good today.
Right.
So I'm glad
Good.
you shared that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's something that you know now that you wish you would have known sooner?
Um, I would say, I would say honestly, it's I mean, like, I feel like everybody can relate and say they overthink things, or maybe most people can. But I think like not waiting for or looking for the right moment or the right thing, the right anything, because it doesn't always exist. So of course, there's some things you should actually sit and think about and like, take your time with. But like,
Yeah.
I look back on just, countless moments of like, just decide, just make a decision. And
Yeah.
it could be the simplest thing, but
Mhm.
like it just makes a huge difference. When you can just, when you let go of the idea of finding the right thing, the right moment or the right thing. Like you're always looking for the right, moment, and it might not exist. So you're just looking for something that doesn't even, it's not even around. So for
Yeah.
me, that just, I try and remind myself that because I tend to overthink everything.
Same.
But yeah, I think that's kind of important to me.
Oh, that's good. My mentor says, you've got to just do it and fail fast if you're going to fail.
Exactly.
Like,
Get out
yeah,
there,
just,
fail, make some mistakes, and learn
and that's
from
how you know how to
it.
do better, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, thank you for sharing that. So, not only am I the host of the Amateur Expert podcast, I also have a apparel brand called Firm Armor. And we are, I guess, a tool or resource to help you pick your head up when you need it the most, or like just give yourself or people give yourself or others affirmations or reminders that when you need them the most. And
I
so
like
today I'm
that.
wearing an I'm Enough sweatshirt,
Oh,
and
I like that.
so I wonder if you can share with me one of your go-to affirmations.
Um, Mine would be, what came to mind was life is good no matter what. I think that it's important to remind yourself of that because it helps you to realize that like everything happens for a reason, the good, the bad, everything that's occurring. It really helps you kind of let go of regrets as well, because if you realize like all the good and all the bad has to interact and
Yeah.
work together to bring you to this moment where you are, who you are right here, right now, like what is there to regret? So I don't know. I like to remind myself that life is good no matter what happens.
No matter what.
Whatever comes my way, it's
No
all,
matter.
everything's good.
That's lovely. Thank you for sharing that. And so, as we are wrapping up, I want to give you an opportunity to let us know how we can support you, or if there's anything that you have coming up. I know that you are traveling the world, so maybe share with us the next places you're going, or whatever you want to
Yeah.
share, how we can support you.
Yeah, well, just send me love and light. No, it would be good for anyone traveling out there. DM me tips and anything that any places you love to go, and like I don't know anything about travel right now. But that'd be very helpful. Send me some ideas. I keep telling myself I swear I'm gonna start posting about my travels, and I will. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
It will happen. This is my motivator. I'm doing this, and I'm like, now I have to actually follow through and like post something.
I love
So.
it. I love it. Yes, please do, because I know that places that you've been have been magical and will inspire others to travel. Because from what I've heard,
Yes.
there are places that I would have never like just chosen to go. Maybe like one or
Yeah,
two, but so like I'm
it's been
excited
a
to
very
see.
random journey. So the
I'm
random
ex-
is good.
I'm excited to see where you've been and to get inspired to travel more. So I am the amateur expert, and I know just a little bit about a lot. And so I wonder if you could please share with me just one random fact, a tidbit of information that I can say Chanel taught me.
Um. Okay. This is one thing I kind of struggled on, but
You got it. It could be random. A wine pairing for food, a
Oh,
travel tip, anything.
actually, yes, a travel tip. This is so I'm not an expert at all. This is something I'm trying to learn myself,
Okay.
but I'm putting
Okay.
it out there so y'all can do the research. Don't take my advice, but look into if anybody's interested in, being a nomad as well. I would say, and looking to like travel to Europe because that's where what I'm doing. But look into how like there are ways around having to get a Schengen visa. Schengen. I might be saying it wrong. Either way, you basically can only, if anyone's unfamiliar, stay, within Europe for 90 days at a time. So it's like it's kind of discouraging because you feel like that's overwhelming and like
Mm-hmm.
you don't know if you can get around it. But I'd say look into ways around it. You can pop back and forth into countries that are outside of it. Like we spent time in Ireland. Ireland is not within the zone, and
Yes.
Croatia is one of my favorite places. You can go to all these beautiful places and still kind of live out this nomad dream. So I would just say yeah, look into ways that you can avoid having to get visas if you don't have to, unless you can get into that. But
Unless you
there are
can
ways,
determine,
there are
but
lots of
other
ways.
other than
I'm
that.
trying to learn that basically. But,
I love that. No, and I
so
had no
that's
idea
all
that
you
there was
can
a
do.
restriction on how long,
Yeah.
or a restriction to how long you can stay. So when you shared that
Hmm.
with me over the weekend, I was like, oh wow, that's so cool. And so I'm loving how you're
There are
navigating
ways.
this
There are
space.
ways. Yes.
Well, that is the end of our show today. I am very happy to have met you and happy to hear more about your
Same.
story today. And can't wait for you to start posting because I want to be inspired to travel to the places that you've
I'm gonna
gone.
get on it. I will get
Okay.
on
All right.
it.
All right. Well, enjoy your time. Be safe, and we will see you soon. In the meantime,
Thank you.
be good to yourself and be good to others. We'll talk soon.
Hmm.